On the screen. What I've built is crowd software, so at some point, hopefully the crowd will give it a shot. The idea here was to showcase some brand new technology as I was teaching software development practices, and I really got an itch for in the classroom something I might be able to do a little differently, as well as on the stage. So what I built in the first version was this idea. We'll all join together with my cell phone, but none of you will install anything and none of you will download anything. And what it'll allow us to do is to engage in a real-time, anonymous conversation. So the idea is really to say, what happens if 1,000 people or 5,000 people can anonymously engage with one another to share their best ideas, to share what they know, to vote on their opinion, and because it's so fast and so real time, we can actually begin to know the truth. The project grew and I used it from stage with audiences as large as 400 people, and it all worked and it was great and really, really fun. We started to ask ourselves, how do we make this more meaningful? What can we do besides playing games with it? And so that's where we came up with crowdsourcing. It's the idea that crowds are way more useful than just funding. So what happens when you engage larger and larger audiences in real-time communication? At Crowdsource, we think that your people inside of your company know how to help you succeed. My clicker doesn't like me, buddy. That's all right. All right. Hey, we're back. We know how to help, your people know how to help you get better. What kind of problems exist inside of companies if they aren't people problems? And what kind of solutions can we come to if they aren't people-powered solutions? And we think that your people inside of your companies can help you think of the next great thing. So here we go. Crowds are able to accomplish so much more than funding. So for the rest of my time, those of you that are willing, I'd like to actually use the software that I built to showcase here at OneSpark. So pull out your cell phones, your tablets, whatever you have with you, go to the livevotingapp.com and enter room code OneSpark. No download, no install, I don't know who you are, it's completely anonymous, and it should work on all common devices. Tablets, cell phones, desktops, laptops, Xboxes, things of this nature. When you get logged in, okay, thank you, and I see people are pouring into the room, I have an interface on whatever device I brought that allows me to control your screens. And by that, I really just get to change the web page that you're connected to. But it's really neat technology because you didn't install anything, and there's no security at all to be had. So thank you, lots of people are connecting. So right now your screen says, waiting for next question. I'm gonna go ahead and ask, did you attend OneSpark last year? And you should now all see a yes-no voting style on your screen. So what this allows me to do is to open up this large-scale anonymous conversation. Can you imagine what would happen if you had 400 upset parents in an auditorium and we could provide them an anonymous real-time opportunity to share those ideas and to be heard and to vote on the things they want to vote on and to know that they're being heard? We may have 500 people inside a company, and because of the anonymous nature of the tool that we have built, those people inside of that company have a safe opportunity to share with those company's leaders what their best ideas are and how we begin to work differently moving forward. The last feature of the live voting app, so we got some voting. Let me clear that room. So all of your devices now say, waiting for next question again. So let's see, we can use it like we just did for a little trivia or something fun. Let me ask you guys this. From 1 to 10, how utilized do you feel at work? From 1 to 10. Now everybody just magically has this 1 to 10 voting on their screens. Thanks, we have 20 people connected. So somewhere out there, thank you guys very much. You're anonymous, I don't know who you are. And here you're seeing in real time how everybody's voting. So instead of it being on the Megatron, those people playing along are actually able to see the results of this vote in real time. And we can see here that there are people that are telling us, hey, I could give more at work. I'm worth more than I'm currently being utilized for. And I think we can discover part of what that is. I just cleared your screens again. Now let me ask you a different question. Do you believe in your work setting, are you more often paid to think, or are you paid to follow directions? Because it's 2015 and there are new business models, and we now know it to be true that when you pay people to think instead of paying people to follow directions, you get a wildly different result. So in this anonymous interaction, we got people voting, great, and so not playing along, we've got 60% of the people that say, look, I'm paid to follow directions. So how do we turn that around? So we're going to move to the next question. And in this question, let's see here. All right, so this is a simple yes, no, maybe. Do you have something that you would say if you're anonymous, if your anonymity was guaranteed, if you knew you were anonymous? Do you have some ideas you would share with your church or your school or your company or your family that you would share with them that you know could change things to make it better, to improve the situation? And there you go. Lots of people voting yes, absolutely. There's a lot of things we could do, and some maybes and some no's. So for me as a stage performer, I get to gather fun data and have a good time interacting with the crowd. The reason I'm here at OneSpark is I want to take this to companies that are willing to have a large-scale, anonymous conversation with their employees where maybe they ask questions more like this. I lost my question. All right. What would you do? There it is. So I just opened a text-style question. It says, what would you say if you could? What would you say to your wife or your husband if you could? What would you say to your employer if you could? And with that text-style interaction, you're able to share your best ideas under the protection of anonymity. So thank you all very much. I'm trying to really build technology that allows us to have tens of thousands of people connected together, having this real-time anonymous exchange. The last button I'm going to push up here is going to open a contact form. So now all of your devices at the bottom just updated with a message box and an email address. If you'd like to know more about the project, you've got a church setting, a school setting, a business setting you'd like to maybe talk about using it in, make sure I get your email address as you walk away, and anything you share in that message box would then be anonymous, and I get that too. So I thank you all for your support. Please continue to vote for me and everybody else out here, and thank you so much, Jacksonville. What a great event. Cheers.
Hey, boy!